Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Let me just... Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Right, that's the first mistake. I need to turn the sound off on that window. There we go. Alright. So, let me switch over to the live stream with me in it. Hello, how's it going? We had a new subscriber a minute ago. I guess that was one of you guys. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Who have we got? Who have we got with us watching? Say hello in the chat if you're Mohawks that's just tuned in. And we got 7 people, I think. Pretty cool. Can you guys see my face all right here? I can have a check on the stream. Yeah, all looks good actually, from what I can see. Hey Dom, how's it going? Alright. I've got all the... Thanks very much for lending me the phone to record all the footage, Dom. I have it all lined up in my editing software. What is it? 15 minutes in total. And Dan, thumbs up, excellent stuff. Cool. Got a few people. I think we've got 6 people watching. And the chat's coming up on the screen as well. That's good. Is it good there? Do you think maybe I should move that chat up a bit? As it fills up, it'll move up. Okay, that's cool. If anyone hasn't subscribed, then you know, feel free to subscribe, and we'll see whether the little counter that I've got on the bottom left, whether that goes up. That's a little thing I was trying out. But I don't know whether it works yet. Okay. Start the footage. Show me with the disc.
Hey Charlie.
Don, Mark and Connor.
Yeah, Lewis. Hey Lewis.
Okay, cool. So just work up the line. Let's see where these cuts come from. Yeah. So you see this cutter here. Can't remember what his name is. Just a standard deep to under.
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah, so Lewis has got his back turned to Will here, which is pretty difficult.
Yeah, Lewis. Hey Lewis.
To mark like that. But he does a good job of not getting huge separation. But yeah, it's difficult. Like Will could quite easily throw him off because he's got the back of his head to him. Lewis has got the back of his head to Will. And then does that guy's throw and go? Let's see. It'll be frame by frame. Push. Yeah, and then he runs straight down the line. This is just a second off, but does communicate to Lewis. Hey Desmond, how you doing? Good afternoon. So that's just a pretty standard then working out the line kind of point. Okay, now let's see what our offense is about.
Work it at the back. Work it at the back.
Good power stance from Chris. So you hear me say work it at the back. I think, even at this point, throwing back to Aaron. Can you see my mouse cursor on the screen? I'm just checking. I'm just looking at my copy of the screen down here. No, you can't see my mouse cursor, can you? Hello, Jake. How you doing? Okay, and I just need to change that so you can see the mouse cursor. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, if you can see it, then that's all good. Yeah. So I think if he passes it straight back to Aaron here, because Aaron's unmarked, then they can work it up together and try and penetrate like through the defenders. So it's good to get into power stance, and that means he's ready to throw the backhand. If you penetrate through from the back, then it means that you've got more options up ahead of you than if you throw straight to the hat like this. And then when you throw straight to the hat like this, then you're surrounded, and those defenders who didn't close up on Aaron, and now they don't have to close up on Aaron. Basically, so it's a bit more efficient for the defenders.
Back. There's no continue.
Yeah, you can say there's no continue. Ooh, what a catch! Let's just see that frame by frame. No pivot backhand from Aaron. Mental. Cool. Okay, so Aaron did get it. So it went to Dom.
Work it at the back. Work it at the back. There's no continue.
Yeah. Okay. So Aaron's defender just ran away from him. That's mental. Mental
Look at the
starts
back.
over here. I think maybe they just marked up.
No continue.
Yeah, maybe they just marked up wrong.
Yeah, use it. Nice. Push through. Push through.
Yeah. So Aaron's surrounding the disc a little bit here. He's like lingering. So zoom in a bit so it's a bit smoother.
Use it. Nice.
So that's all fine, but right here, that's when these two guys need to be thinking like with urgency. I've got to get out of this space, or we've got to go into vert with Aaron as the dump. But in this kind of position where you've got your defender to the back of the thrower and you're stood quite close still, bad things tend to come from that. Yeah, you can be going on and on about that.
Nice. Push through. Push through. Don't surround. Don't surround if you can. Don't surround if you can.
I say if you can because it's pretty tricky. It's hard to know. It's hard to know where he should be going really at this point. Probably if Lewis is facing that way, then he should probably push a bit faster up this side.
Fine, you're fine, you're fine. Chill, chill, chill. You got the open, you got the open.
Oh, that was good.
Space over here.
Lewis is free.
Oh yeah.
And that's a really good throw, and something we should be looking for a lot from vertical stack, because it suddenly frees up all the break side space. Boom, right across. So we got the disc on the break side of the pitch as well. And let's see, is Charlie cutting for that already? Yeah, I think Charlie started making a move. And then yeah, a lot of space over there. If we're able to get that throw with more touch, so that it just floats in this corner, then obviously that'd be an easier catch. But nice grab, Charlie. Is Charlie watching? Who have we got? What, we've got 8 people watching. We know Dom, Dan, Des, and Jake are there. Who are the other 4? One of them's me, so there's 3 more. Well, can I ask you guys to do me a favour, right? So I've got an intro screen for my stream, and I want to have like an exit screen for my stream as well. And I think a cool exit screen would be like a mosaic of pictures of people watching my stream. So if you could, like right now, maybe like take a selfie of you sitting at your laptop or sitting at your computer with the stream on in the background, and then yeah, send it to me on WhatsApp or on email or whatever. Then I'll like compile them all together, and it can be like an exit screen. And obviously, you know, when I go public, then I'll get more and more people, and that thing will get more compact with loads and loads of people. But yeah, that'd be cool if you can take a selfie now, and then send it to me, of course.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Oh, boy!
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Oh, boy!
Yeah, much separation for that throw, but okay, so we've got 3-4 setup. We're bumping on the old force.
Oof, called.
Yeah. Nasty on the force. Yeah, we're not taking the open pass.
Yeah, nice strike.
Kind of catching and waiting. Like once you throw the open pass, it's very easy to get the disc back in your hands. So
Nice, Aaron.
it's quite easy to get two passes going quickly, even if you don't make like that. Even if you don't make much ground.
Oh, it was almost on.
You can get two passes happening quickly.
Oh no.
So what I mean is over here.
Cross called.
That foul on that. Nice. You can't really see what Aaron can see here.
Yep.
And he pivots over. Chris takes a step towards this guy, kind of, yeah, standard. But here I think that separation that Aaron's got there is worth throwing to. Okay. Unfortunately gone into the old sidearm pose. But yeah, if that disc goes there and then Chris attacks this space, then Dom has got a huge amount of space to work with. You know, it opens up more options. Whereas like this, you've got the defenders. This guy's causing a lot of trouble, and this guy's causing a lot of trouble. Okay, and that's fixed just by taking that open pass and moving. And he looks and fakes it, but after a while, you know, you should be looking to throw that. Alright, but it feels like he's looking and then the defender starts moving. He's already looked away at this point. Yeah, so it's just like a glance. Boom, the defender moves and then he looks away. And then that's an unrealistic fake. So Zach doesn't have to commit, and he can actually commit to just marking up Aaron really tightly. So first look should be back at Aaron when he gets that separation. Yeah. And then if Zach closes in, then he can fake it, and then Aaron's gone and he's freed up space for Jake. But if we don't look for that open pass, then it causes all kinds of problems down the line. Any chance the video footage can be muted? Why, of course, sir. Does everyone want that? Would that be a good idea? I can mute all the sounds coming from my desktop. We'll make them really quiet. Maybe I'll just mute it. Yeah, you do want it muted. Okay, I'll mute it. Alright. There we go, it is muted. Any thoughts on the on that stuff I was saying then about the open pass and stuff, getting the disc moving? Just shout out if you've got any ideas or any input. How does the chat look? The green names are a bit vivid, maybe. That's all right, isn't it? I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look over it and I'll tweak it. Another nice throw from Lewis, which was accurate. You know, could have done with a bit more touch, but you know, this was a very good decision and a good execution. That's really nice. Like, you'd be amazed how many players would catch this and would know that they've got a free dump, but would just spend the rest of the time looking to score in this corner. Instead, he pivots out, and he doesn't pivot out just to fake it, which again you'd be surprised how many people do. Pivots out, throws it, and then we're in a really good position with no force on, and with Aaron in a position where he's able to attack forwards, whilst the others sort themselves out at the back. Oh, lots of chat. Interesting. When Zach commits to fake, Aaron goes into the middle of the field for power position. Mental poaches, Chris fakes to Aaron and has free swing to Dom. Let's go back and have a look at this then. Is the sound muted on the footage now? Yeah, that's working. Right. So if he fakes to Zach, well, no, when Zach commits to the fake, yeah, Aaron should move forward. Yeah. So if you're in Aaron's position, when you see this fake, like half fake, and the defender commit, when Zach is at his full acceleration, yeah, like there, then Aaron should be thinking of moving this way, like directly against it. This is like a good general rule. Whichever way your defender's moving at speed, you go directly against them, and that's, you know, obviously efficient. And then it's a hard throw, but you know, if he's able to get the disc, and Mental will probably actually come over and try and stop it if Aaron put a bit of angle on it. But yeah, if he does get it, then he's in power position for sure. If Mental poaches, Chris fakes to Aaron and has free swing to Dom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if Mental does stop that, then yeah, it can go to Dom, and then Dom's even got a better angle to hit Aaron. But it all starts from Chris looking to take that open pass, and then Aaron reacting if it's faked. What do you think about Dom coming back? If he cleared upfield again, would it not clear the open side of the other two gutters? Okay, so I guess this is Dom coming back here. Yeah, like it's a bit frustrating when this is the point you're talking about, right? So that cut is kind of like on. It's just slightly like not in sync with the thrower because it's as he looks over at Chris. But Dom's coming under. Like it's hard to go into, you know, to super. Yes, Aaron. Who is that handsome guy on the disc? When this disc goes to Chris, it could immediately go out to Dom, but Mental's committed a bit. Well, Mental's quite on it as well. But you see how Mental will slow down there as soon as the disc isn't going to go to Dom. Mental immediately stops committing. Okay, and then he clogs. Yeah, so he's now an issue. Alright, whereas if Chris had caught and immediately looked to swing over to Dom, then that would have at least got Mental committing over here and opened up this channel. But when that's not on, and when Mental is able to stop, then either that has to be punished by the disc going to Dom, or, as you say, Dom could clear and open up this space. I think primarily that's enough. That's enough separation, and he's connected enough to the throwers that it warrants like a good attempt to throw to him. You know, a realistic fake at minimum. Otherwise, Mental will punish your punish the inefficiencies as he does with clogging. But yeah, then we're able to. I mean, like, Mental gets quite close to this. He waves his arm. It's pretty close. We get it through to Lewis. Jake times his cut well. Yeah. Like, what I was going to say is, if I was Dom here, and you know, hindsight's 20/20, but as soon as you realise that Aaron's not going to throw to you and it's going to go to Chris, I would actually like fake a deep cut here and just send Mental that extra bit off, because otherwise, because Dom slows down his cut, which means Mental can close in. But if he just took a step to like look like he was going to go deep, then he could just start again. It'd be slightly better timing for Chris. It'd be a slightly more comfortable throw. Okay, squeezes it through to Lewis. Jake's up line cut. It's nicely timed. Yeah, corner gets sold. Up line to Jake. What happens in the end zone? Yeah, okay, so here's the takes the open pass to Dom, takes what they give you, fake and then come back. That's a really nice cut from Dom. Yeah, so that's as soon as he realizes Mental's committing there, he's changing direction, going the opposite direction to where Mental was going. Nice throw from Aaron. Could even been milked. So this was interesting. I think the fake was too early here. Yeah, I think this is one for a slow fake. Yeah. So you see at this point it's potentially going to be a score. Yeah. All you need to do is get the disc out over here, like really slow. So when you step out, it's fine. But that fake there, like if that was going to be a throw, that would actually be really, really early, you know, and potentially people could come out at the back here. Whereas if you just held onto it and just pivoted and just got ready to throw like right around mental, yeah, wound up for it, then mental would have to respect it. And potentially actually, you know, when you got to here, you could just release it if you get around mental, if it's a scuba or whatever. But yeah, that fake, I mean, it's not obviously it's not bad. It's good because it moves mental as well. But that could have been a score if you just wound up slow for it and just been like, okay, now I could throw it, and again, no, it's not on, because the defenders would have to bite on that more. But yeah, you throw mental back, and then Jake with the sweet timing coming out from the front. Again, Connor's just sold. Yeah, that's exactly when you want to be cutting out from the front, when that up line is faked. And you see now, Dom has separation on mental. Yeah, and mental and Zach have to switch. Right, when you force another team to do a reactive switch, you're going to get an advantage over them. And then if you take the open pass, you use that advantage and take what they give you, as he does. I think we get unlucky here. Yeah. Who's that cheeky monkey coming out the back of the stack? Ah, Shimmy John. Oh no. Oh yeah, you can't hear the audio, can you? Yeah, so Shimmy comes in and just does enough to force Dom here to change direction and go slightly towards it, making it slightly harder catch than it needed to be. Yeah, but that was really nice play other than that. Slow fakes are Wilshire and poach a bit, I think, to stop the score. Yeah, they do. Bad throw. I don't know. I think that throw's quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, you see Will's getting over there as well. That's a nice throw. When you get it out quite early, you get it around the force, and it's possible for him to catch it in the front corner of the end zone. Yeah. If the throw... Wait. I think you throw it blind without looking at the players in the stack. Yeah. As a handler for that kind of throw, then yeah, it's important to clock all the defenders on the field, especially if you're going to throw to space. Just be like, have a quick check, like, right, who are the defenders near that space? What are they? If you knew there was going to be poachers, then yeah, throw it lower, more direct. Maybe you're just stretching it just to try and squeeze the score in. Catch with chest level would have been easy. Yeah, for sure. Okay, defense. All right, so look, they're in a clump here. They've got 3 in a clump here. The disc is coming out. Okay, mental's gone. The disc is coming in now. So these 2 are clumped. So you should be sandwiching them, right? I knew that we played you to take full responsibility. Okay. We don't want to blame culture, you know. It's like everything's a combination. Lots of different things happen. There's lots of variables going on. Let's keep it all positive. So we got Zach and Will here. Zach should be more on your toes. So that the defender should be communicating about sandwiching around this basically. Let me just try and get some technology working. Hang on, give me 1 second. I should have opened this before. languages. All right. Oh, that's not quite what I imagined it was going to look like. Display culture love. Okay, that's good. This isn't what I expected. Let me just try something else. Okay, my technology isn't necessarily going to work perfectly, but have a look at. Wait, did it just go black? It did go black. Huh. Okay, I need to fix that technology. Right, I was going to draw on the screen, but I haven't set up the. Since I installed the new software, I haven't set up the transparency, so I'll have to do that. I could use it as my pointer for now. Better technology is coming. Okay, let's go on with the game. And okay, Lewis came into poach. We got the disc. Yeah, that's fine. We'll plug in. So Aaron does a bit of a reactive switch. It looks like I think his knee's hurting, right? But Zach goes and he's already gone by this point. I don't know whether Chris has seen Zach and he's a bit worried about him, but this is a classic reactive switch. Yeah, you're not able to cover this cut, and I don't know if Chris is even able to cover Zach's cut. So that should be preempted if possible. So even when he's moving here, yeah, be looking over to this area to see who could help. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to throw that. And neither was Jake. Yeah, so I guess he starts looking at mental now. Yeah, so that was the only clue really, is that he started looking at mental quite early. So maybe you want to like get your head down and run a bit, but it's a little bit of a little bit joggy there. It's a nice hammer. Lewis. That's not the positive culture that I want to encourage. Very Sky Sports-esque. I really want to get this this transparency thing sorted. Actually, let me have a look at the filters here. I think I can do it quite quickly. Color key. Yeah, black. Done. Test that. Oh, okay. What about if I now do this? Aha! Okay. So now I can do things like, I don't have it lined up quite properly. I can kind of circle Dom and other stuff. And I can draw on some arrows with things like this. Yeah, can do lines. Like, I can do arrows if we want. Yeah, like Dom's going that way. Yeah, so that's the technology that is coming. Right, so what Aaron remembers, it's just him being lazy, Chris being beaten. So the switch actually was really good because we both went from being useless to being helpful. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying reactive switches are bad in themselves, but yeah, it could. The more you can preempt, the better. And then yeah, you know, it was useful in the end. Perfect hammer. Can't blame Jake. Nobody expects a perfect 30-yard ref swing hammer. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. I thought it was fine as well, Jake. I thought baiting it wasn't a bad choice. But, you know, you learn. You got to learn fast as well when you're in a game. If you see someone pull out some sweet throws, and you got to mark them, mark your good person different when that person got the disc the next time. The more information you can remember about the other team's players and abilities, the more able you are to use that information to gain an advantage. Otherwise, you know, the offense use it to gain an advantage because they all know each other. As you all know each other, so when you're on offense, you know what to cut for and what people can throw. Okay, next point. Yeah, you did well to cover everyone apart from that hammer. Everyone else was marked up. That's cool. Ooh. So that must have slipped out of your hand. So from here, work with Dom. Yeah, so to receive a pull, the two at the back should work together, passing it up, and Zach and Chris should be further downfield. This is in Hex. So Zach and Chris create space for these two to give go up the middle. Okay, and then they look for other players when the defense comes and set on them. They look to penetrate first, but you do the quick give go here. Yeah, Chris, there's no need to look away at this point if you've got Aaron moving forward downfield towards the center of the pitch. And yeah, you do just get into power position and throw it straight back. That's sweet. Yeah. Is Chris here? Who's watching? We've got 12 people watching now. Alright. If anyone's just joined, I'd love it if you could take a selfie of yourself watching, and then send it to me. I wanna compile them all together and use them as a like exit screen for the stream. Okay, so I think they just marked up incorrectly here. Shimi's pointing over here, Raf's pointing, and then woo! Just the soft loopy throw. Ball could have gone anywhere in the end zone, but he comes back and skies Charlie. Lewis is just free. And then over to Will. Yeah, not much to say about that point. Oh, hey, Chris. Hello. Alright, so we're flexing against a vert stack. It's 4 in the stack. Mentals slightly off of it. Alright, so that deep cut, Lewis reacts properly. Aaron is pointing, that's good. But when he's changed direction there. Okay, so he's changed direction. I think Aaron has picked him up. And what else is going on? Charlie goes to go deep. Now Lewis should be seeing that as soon as Charlie moves. Lewis should be seeing it, yeah. But he takes us 2 steps before Lewis reacts, and at this point Charlie's 3 deep. So yeah, Lewis has got to keep eyes on everybody, all 3 of them. In fact, when this guy cuts out, when that switch happens and Aaron takes Raf, probably then Zach, Dom, and Lewis should be saying 3, yeah, because it's gone from 4 down to 3, and that way you know that you're watching 3 people, and that would help Lewis then be like, right, 1, 2, 3, I'm watching these 3. But Charlie just sneaks away. Dom reacts and points. Zach takes mental, but lets him get past. I don't know, is this the open or break side? But he seems to be a bit attached to the sandwich, when in fact he could probably just mark mental out at that point. And I like Dom's reaction here. So classic mistake is for this guy to linger back too much and Dom to linger forward too much and not really mark anyone. But as soon as Dom realizes Charlie's gone deep, suddenly we're in a 1-1-1 situation. Yeah, just a 1-to-1. So Dom closes up the remaining person in the stack really quickly, which is a nightmare for the thrower. Yeah, so it's pretty good place because everyone gets picked up, and then the last person gets closed down. And as a thrower, that's your kind of last resort. You're like, oh well, he must be free in the middle, but Dom's already there. So that's cool. Just needed Lewis to see the deep cut a bit earlier. You're watching the disc. The huck isn't on. Mm. Oh yeah, and then you point to the guy in the stack as well. That's cool. Yeah, okay. You could be more efficient though. Yeah, you can trust that Dom's gonna take him. So coming in, yeah, just it creates a bit of a risk just having Charlie being able to get deep of that like that. Even though yeah, the guy is looking for his dump, so not bad. Zach's too soft on letting mental run through. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a bit soft. Like, yeah, I think he's just kind of attached to the sandwich a bit. Yeah, he's wanting the sandwich, but then he ends up having to turn and chase. So slight change in mentality maybe from like in terms of like containing rather than developing into chasing. Okay, Dom's saying stuff now and communicating. So there are 3 there. So yeah, Aaron and Dom, you're double covering. I mean, like, I don't. It sounds. I'm sounding very critical. You know, the game's going so fast that it does happen. But as soon as you realise, boom, we're near to each other. Then it's push, talk to each other, and I'm sure you do. Yeah. So you've moved and you're playing a sandwich now. That's good. You see Aaron switched into sandwich mode. However, he gets. This is a 2v1 over here. And I think, yeah, he's a little bit attached to that guy. So he takes that extra little step there. And that means that now Lewis is overloaded deep. Yeah, so I can hear Dom saying 3-3-3. So with that 3, then Aaron should, yeah, take the 2 when Dom goes away with Raf. Fortunately, Lewis can sky Connor, so all good. Oof, it's kind of got higher. Yeah, 15 viewers, nice. Oopsie, missed the beginning. Just a point block. Yeah, it's just a point block. That happens. Could maybe look a bit more threatening downfield, but Charlie's got a big wingspan. Just a good point block. I think you're looking in the right place in that situation. Connor just doesn't catch it. Yeah, maybe. Aaron should take Raph and Dom take Charlie. So let's go back. Aaron should take Raph and Dom should take Charlie. Aaron should take Raph. Dom should take Charlie. Well, I thought Aaron was going to reposition around to here. At this point, yeah, it makes sense for Aaron to be over here. Probably then, if Raph runs towards Dom, yeah. So Raph definitely does go that way. I think Aaron was marking him though, wasn't he? Yeah, Dom would have to run past him to take Charlie. Aaron should be taking Charlie there. As Raph cuts to my side. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Aaron should be repositioning. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, just be aware of all the positions, all the players, and reposition with urgency. So there was that point block. Yeah, we're a bit heads down here, clearly. Like, it doesn't look like Lewis is going to be playing defense anytime soon. And then, quick throw. It's a nice throw, but yeah, just intensity lacking in terms of preparation. As soon as that disc hits the floor, you know that it's going to be brought in on the line. So the force can already go and get it set up. Yeah, but instead we're walking, and the offense can runs and gets it. And Jake does, does well to do that. Like you don't want to punish the opponent for sleeping like that. But yeah, let's not get caught sleeping. So in that situation, Dom has to run and help me. The repositioning hasn't happened. Oh yeah, you played it as man. So Aaron played it as man. Didn't sandwich. The repositioning didn't happen. Ruff was Aaron man, so that's why he stuck with him. Yeah. So in that situation, Dom has to run and help me, since that's far more dangerous. Yeah, I mean, if Dom knew that the sandwich hadn't happened, so really really comes down to communication, doesn't it? It comes down to the first principle, because the communication didn't happen in one way or another. So I heard Dom was saying 3, but maybe Aaron wasn't listening, which is part of communication. And Aaron wasn't communicating that he wanted to play 1-to-1, because if Aaron chose to play 1-to-1, he could just do known 1-1-1. So Dom says 3, Aaron says 1, and then Dom's like, oh, 2 to Lewis, and then Lewis is like 2, and then you know exactly what's going on, just from like a few words. But yeah, the communication didn't happen in the right way. And once, obviously, there's lots of stuff we can do after that to fix it. Dom did say 3, I can hear her on footage. She made me mute. We all made an error, so we need to quickly take out the biggest threat rather than stick to what we had. Yeah, like on the adjusting, but like I say, it all happens very fast, so it's hard for Dom to. Yeah. If you listen, let me turn on the sound again. Communication should have worked.
You got Charlie as well. There's a 2 deep. Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty harsh punishment for like something complicated in advance, not quite being initiated for like a fraction of a second, and then that's getting punished by having 2 people 3 deep. Flex is a defense which, if one person does fall asleep or communicates wrong or something, then the whole thing can break down very, very quickly. It relies on the team kind of all being in it, all on the same page. If Dom was to realise, sorry about that loud shout there, I'll mute it again. Oh, actually, let's just hear the communication one more time. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if Dom was to realise that Jake wasn't doing it, then I don't know, it's pretty tricky. Like, it's hard for him to see that Aaron's still playing man on Raf. Like, he wants to set the sandwich up, so you can't blame him for positioning and behaving as if the sandwich is there just because he didn't get confirmation from Aaron. Also on the wrong side of Raf. Yeah. Oh, you've been sending too many messages. Take a break and try again. Edit and try again. Let me have a look at the settings, see whether I can take off the spam filters. I can put slow mode on. No, I can't immediately do the turn that off, Aaron, so you'll just have to bear with the flood filter. Saying 3 is good. Aaron should adjust, but he doesn't, so Dom should sprint and help me, leaving the under. Definitely someone should sprint and help when 2 people are going deep. But I think Dom's assuming that the sandwich is happening. But let's not talk too much about like once stuff's already gone wrong. Let's start at the very root of it, and the root of it is reacting to the players being near to each other, expecting a sandwich to set up. So let's go back to when the guy clears out. Yeah, Aaron can see him moving towards other offensive players. Yeah, that's close enough that you should be thinking, okay, how do we sandwich? The offense are near to each other, we can sandwich. So it should definitely be going 3 ahead at this point. yeah, tackle the root of the problem. If Aaron's positioning on Raf was tight open side, it would have been clear to Dom that Aaron was just yeah exactly yeah. If Aaron had the tight 1-to-1 positioning, then Dom would have been able to see that that was what was going on, and know that the 3 wasn't on and it was just a 2-person sandwich. Yeah. Sorry, I mean, we should move on. Like I say, you know, it's let's stick to the very root cause of it. Well, I just got a subscription. I wonder if that's gonna, is that gonna come up on the stream? Ninja SMKC subscribed. Not coming up on the stream. Why is that not coming up on the stream? Subscribers. Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. Look at that. You like my animation? Cool. Yeah, guys, subscribe and you get to see the animation again. Oh, look, and the count has gone up. We've got 1 subscriber out of the 10 I'm aiming to get from, mostly from you guys, before Uni Nationals. Click subscribe now. Yeah, Ninja's watching. Yeah. I'm not popular. He knows me. He knows me from Fortnite. I should assume I get Sky and still sprint to stop Charlie scoring. True. Best way to learn. Alright, there's a subscribe. We're going to get that emote. Not emote, we're going to get that meme come up. Best way to learn is through mistakes. Get Drake on. Get Drake on. Yes, welcome Ninja. Welcome to the stream. Although, I don't know if he's watching the stream. I get like 1 or 2 subscribers a day if I don't make any content anyway. So it could be a Mohawk, but it could just be random. Right, next point. How did that end? Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. In the audio, someone's saying that's a brick. You can't explain everything. Okay, yeah, I remember there was some chat about this. So he's bringing in, he's looking in field. Aaron sets up his cut. The throw is a bit, well, if nobody else was there, then the throw is nice because it's leading Aaron away from the line into the middle. Yeah, if nobody else was there, but you gotta be seeing Jake. Like if you're looking in that direction. So it's just a field vision error. What about Dom though? Is Dom right to be where he is? It's tough because I've always played it when you're that third handler. As this guy starts going up the line, you start moving in towards, so that then you're ready that if they carry up going on down the line, then you're coming into the position they're in, so that then you can either go down the line or back. And Dom started to come away, and he's moving away from his defender. So really, Crystal's got a good enough throw just to hit Dom here. So maybe as Hannah's got subscribed. Cool, thank you Hannah. Appreciated. So wait, is she watching? She should be watching. If she's not watching, someone send her the link. So yeah, Chris could immediately throw to Dom. Yeah, when Aaron's out of the way like that, the throw could go to Dom. So it could be a field vision, just taking more than just the cutter and defender in front of you. I don't know whether that throw was to Dom. Okay, Jake gets injured. It's pretty brave of Jake to go in there, really. Okay, so he hurt his left calf muscle. So let's watch the left calf muscle. Bam. It's Dom's ass. There it is. And then Aaron's ass as well. Yeah, got the double ass injury. Oh, I'm a little bit behind on the chat. Let me just have to scroll up on it. Literally looking straight at Jake. Yeah, surprising. You didn't see him. Unless it was just an execution error. Push off foul from Raf on the turn. Let's have a look. It's a bit. It's you know it's in the grey area. Yeah, I mean, Raf kind of puts himself in a position there that get bumped. Aaron's already started moving forwards. Raf kind of gets in position to get a bump, and then there's a bit of an arm lingering there. But I think, I think Raf has initiated that contact as much as Aaron has. Like I say, it's grey area. It's grey area. I think that's all right. But if so, if the guy did call it, then it just means he really doesn't like any contact at all, and you've got to respect that because no contact. But you could also argue that he put himself in the position that would mean contact happened. 2 more subscribers. All right. Okay, we're up to 4 out of 10. 40%. Awesome. Let's see your spaces you're committing first. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. Dom saw Jake poaching, so assumed Chris would hit you. Yeah, that was also something that could have happened. Didn't need to go that high or far. No, but like I said, if Dom and Jake weren't there, then that'd be quite nice actually, just to lead Aaron out away from the line. Left knee hit Aaron's hip. So it's Aaron's hip that came in afterwards, not just Dom's ass. We need to always call what we want loudly so everyone on the pitch can hear. Yeah, if you're running set plays and it's ones that get decided. Let's hear whether Chris does it. He does, but a bit late. Turn the volume on. It's quite loud. Commit to what you say. Well, the peppermill, our first look is upfield. In which case, either cutters need to signal who is first cut. So yeah, you could, if it is peppermill, you got to call it early so the cutters then communicate. Do you think if I commit to it, I can call a foul? I wouldn't. Like I say, if you really don't like contact at all, and you make that move, and he goes like that, it's not outside the realm of possibility to call foul on what Raf does there. But it's within the grey area enough that I wouldn't do it, and I don't like contact. I would just accept that as a little shoulder to shoulder bump. So it was kind of like 50-50 in a way. Oh wait, do you think if you commit to, that's not what you do, if you commit to this? there's so many grey area things. Yeah, I think so. I think you probably hit Dom more. But if you just went straight in for the catch, because I think you're not pushing forward off this step. Yeah, you're kind of, that's just a little hop to avoid Jake more than it is to go for the disc. If you took powerful strides towards it and went up, and if you were catching it here, which potentially possible, then they'd come crashing into you. You'd have the disc in your hands, and I think a foul call would be fine. But yeah, I mean, if Dom wasn't there at all, then it's potentially even dangerous play. This is, yeah, it's hard to decide these things when you're not actually in the situation. Okay, you get more contact. Yeah, you will get more contact than that until nationals potentially. You do pull out of the catch to avoid the contact. If you commit to it and catch it, why would you call foul? Yeah, good question. Like, it's probably better not to stop the game if you've got the disc in your hands. Like, I always do that. Even if someone like knocks me over or whatever, if I have the disc and I'm pivoting and someone bumps into me and I fall backwards, then I stand up. And if I'm further away from them and I can break the force, then I do, you know. But if I'm negatively affected, you know, and okay, if I fall over, then you know I've lost my balance massively, and it probably does massively negatively affect me. Then that's when I call the foul. But if it's something whereby I've been fouled, but I've still got the disc, and potentially I can make a throw. Normally it's on catching. You get cowed, you catch, you get knocked over, and then you can see an immediate throw. Then throw it. But if the knock is something you need to recover from, then call foul or injury or whatever. You can call injury if it's contact with someone else and stay on the field. Contact caused by someone else. It's because you don't want to kill Jake. Fair enough. Then it could be a dangerous play from him. Get to the catch, see what happens. Well, yeah, you don't want to get injured, and you don't want to injure anyone else. Jake would have contested. Chosen to bid for it. Bidding would be dangerous there for Dom as well. Yeah, Dom would definitely be involved in the collision. Then everyone would be lying on the floor and Chris would be feeling really guilty. Sure, we all have an equal bid to a disc in the air. We all get there exactly at the same time. If I was there first, you didn't hit me. Surely it's not my fault. There's an argument with vision as well. You know, you've got the better. You're able to see Aaron easier than he's able to see you in that situation. So that could come into it. But it is pretty even. No, I don't think I would have bid either of those. I think they had committed to that space pretty early, or like, yeah, it would have made contact inevitable. And I wouldn't say that it's necessarily their fault because I think they bid early enough. Going up for a catch, focusing on the disc only and not thinking about the contact is pretty textbook dangerous play. Disagree. I can't see you or Dom. Yeah, you and Dom can see me, and now I'm going to commit. See you guys so late. I didn't see you until the last second. I didn't see until the last second. Where are we? You should be able to see him. Okay, you thought you cleared up the line. Right, I think we've dwelt on that long enough. Okay, so the vert stack, break side cut, IO throw, nice, Dom. Oof. Okay, so looks like you should throw to Zach. I mean, I'm guessing there's a deep poacher. You can see it's quite good watching Mental because he's got so much experience. You can see him react to everything that's going on the field. He sees that deep throw as an option. He starts to go. And he decides at that point that the throw is not likely to go, and actually it could go to Zach. So he pulls out of it. Then the fake comes. So I guess there was a deep poach because otherwise that's probably good to throw to in that power position. And at this point, this sidearm here, either you've created, either that fake has made the cutter free, and you're going to throw the huck, or as you put it out, you see he's not free, and then you should throw to Zach, because that could easily be released to Zach. No, I think Zach, I think you can continue. I think Mental here has been stopped by that fake. Or he stopped, yeah, he stopped because he sees the fake, you know, he doesn't have to commit. Zach, I think you can carry on going to the first back position here. Yeah, it's a bit kind of like heads down, clearing outy. And if we're doing mechs, which we're doing vert, but if we were doing mechs, then having only 3 people in this space is shows we're massively overcrowded downfield, which means long throws are going to be hard, and it means keeping the disc alive is going to be hard because our options are reduced. Yeah, tough. I mean, this throw could work if it was. Let me see if I can do this. If it was out, if that throw could work if it was out to like this area here. Yeah. Yeah, if you threw out to like that area there, that could work. Okay. And yeah, the problem with not having second back and a hat and a wing is that now the only connection Aaron has is with Dom. It's the only immediate viable throw. He gets 3 for it, which is good. Zach, again, second back is over here. Your defender's that side of you. You can just keep running to it. Yeah, in fact, you turn away when there's a space over here that you could be attacking as well. Chris burns off. Just wondering whether we can get more out of that fake. Like, surprising that Connor's able to stay on Will. Because Will reacts to the fake. Oh, Will goes a bit early. But if that fake is pumped, then Connor's going to be going with it a little bit more. But as it is, after that pump, immediately after that pump, that's when Connor lifts his foot back up and he knows he can go forward. And then he's close enough then to make the throw to Will, the little hammer over the top. Not preferable. Will should maybe take a shallower angle and could even stop here and go open side. There's a lot of space. We seem to be shying away from the disc and just running our cuts over here, you know. Whereas the space is over here. Watching mental is pretty beautiful. I was more focused on returning to the stack because Aaron was already back. Yeah, okay, yeah, vertical stack in it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, it's different offense. Just one way you catch it, you look for a big yard gainer, they're not on, you throw the dump, we go up line. Yeah, you timed that cut well, Zach, I think. A bit of mental's on you. Yeah, it's not the nice flowing offense that I prefer. Okay, Dom fakes, mental commits a little bit to that, and that's enough to then get the hammer out. And Zach reacts really well to the fake and everything. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Will does well. I was wondering whether Will was just kind of like cutting when D wasn't going to get the disc, but he sees that fake and then he gesticulates. Yeah, so that if the hammer's not on, then Will's free. Something about high release backhands. Giving a scuba to Dom. Everyone's so far away. Yeah, everyone is so far away. That's kind of how vertical stack is played sometimes. A lot of the top teams in America do a deep vertical stack. But top teams, you gotta understand, top teams in America play to a offense which relies on big plays. You know, it relies on big throws to big catches, skying people. You know, that's the kind of like excitement, and that's where the American players are the best. You know, when they're making those big plays and those athletic grabs and big throws and stuff. That's just their style, you know. Hex style is not about those big plays. Hex style is about, you know, sustainability and consistency and maximizing your options. Get the flow. I think this is the best spacing. Yeah, like I say, the Americans play with quite deep vert stack. Want the disc to be in the middle of the pitch. Yeah, should probably be working to get it over to the middle. Yeah, I think we shouldn't just see it as a stack. Cut could go open side and then into the third hander position, making the formation 3-2 ho. Yeah, or even into hex. You know, like we did play called the banana split in City, where you start in a vert stack and then you all cut out, and then you're then in your hex positions, and nobody clears back into the stack. You just play hex, and that worked really nicely. It confused the hell out of the defenders. They were trying to surround us, I think. Then the two cutters have more space upfield, and they can reposition to a stack at a more efficient time. Yeah. Watched the videos yesterday. Seemed like fast count. Oh, and he counted it as actually 10. Yeah, I think most stall counts are about 8.3 seconds. That's very specific because I had lots of video footage from many years, and like one time I went through just counting all the stall outs at a tournament, and they're about 8.3 seconds, like on average. Yeah, you're right. I think I was just looking for quick give go, and everybody was quite far upfield. I think Zach cuts as I go up the line, which is bad because it's as Dom thinks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Zach's cut is maybe a little bit early, isn't it? If I was Zach, I'd be actually repositioning, so I'd be getting closer to Dom so that you could start a cut. Yeah, at this position here, that's when you want to be like, you know, the hex distance away from Dom, like what's that, like 12 yards or whatever, and then you're able to go back, or you're able to go into the space Aaron's creating there. But because you're quite far away, it requires the throw to be a little bit fancy, but it's all good because we like hammers. Mental's holding his head. Oh, it's a stall out. It's a stall out. Tapping his head. Okay, we can do this on the clock. So you catch the disc at 5:03:23. That's 5:03 and 23 out of 30 frames, and you release it at 5:13:25. So it's 10 and 2/30. 10 seconds and 2/30. So like 6/100 ish. So yeah, just over 10 seconds. So next time you see Shimmy, say that his stall count is pretty much spot on, which is remarkable. Like I say, most is 8.3. Two cuts have more space upfield. Reposition. Oh yeah, I read that. Better not to think about a certain formation, but being able to change easily throughout a point to whichever gives us the biggest advantage. Yeah, it's high level. I like it. That can fake up line and come back for the swing to delay the cut. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, when he realizes it's a bit early, he could like whoever was doing up by mental earlier, Dom. He could actually just do a little stutter, like stop, go that way a bit, trying to send mental off, and then come back over this way. But then every move you make should be a viable cut if your defender doesn't follow you. Basically curve his run. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff he could do. He ends up quite far away here, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. We've got that hammer. Well, it's not all good because we got stalled out. Yeah, fair enough. So what does happen, and why does it take 10 seconds? It's because we don't have options. You know, we've got the deep cut there. Okay, it's not on. And then we got Will's cut here. That's not on. Okay, and then we look at the dump on about 5 or 6. We'll look at the dump at 5 or 6, and the dump's marked out. Okay, and then the force stops the upline. All right, and that's not. I mean, yeah, the defenders have done some good stuff. They've marked out 2 cuts, marked out the dump, and the force has stopped an upline throw. Yeah. When you play vert, then that's enough for it to be a stalled out. Yeah, and a turnover. You play hex, you probably got more options. Yeah, you got more to look at. So they can mark out 2 cuts, but those cuts have opened up space that then is next to other players that are able to use that immediately. So you've got secondary options. Everyone's in the same kind of position as a dump, so there's no like looking at the dump on 5. You're just looking at your 3 prong positions and the spaces and the people for the whole 10 seconds. More options means less chance of being stalled out. You thought you could have got the initial around throw from Dom. This one. Well, potentially. The mental's quite close. Potentially, the mental is close. Seeing as it was on the high on the stall count. Okay, just run close to the Dom and make such a throw. As soon as Aaron goes up line, just run at Dom, say the disc. Waited a little bit. Yeah, cool, okay. We've dwelt on this long enough. You can really get into some detail, can't you? But we're only 6 minutes into the footage, which is almost halfway. Okay. Got a feeling Aaron isn't playing his best defense at the moment. Lets the guy go up the line. The old walking back to your mark. D. Dom reacts. Dom goes in to cover. And then Dom goes back to find his man. Zach's doing a good job on force, looks like. Someone shouted lay out Will there. It's quite a good shout. If the throw had gone. If the throw had gone to Connor. Yeah, Jake shouts lay out Will. Oh, that's good. That's good defense. For them to get that tight. It has to be a tight dump. Alright, Chris gets it. Nice. Just watching Chris over there with Charlie cutting. Yeah, Charlie takes a bit of a weird angle. It's an awkward distance away from the end zone. Mental doesn't pivot onto the throw. Chris comes in and attacks. Yeah, that's cool. Good separation. Someone can throw out static almost. To be fair, as soon as my cut doesn't come off, it must be an 8 or so. Just bang it deep. Yeah, potentially just throw it deep. Okay, that's your best defense. I don't believe you. I remember saying this looked weird. Yeah, yeah, Zach can be more on his toes, but he's playing the offense where he's not active, you know, he's standing in the stack. But I think everyone should always be kind of ready and active. I mean, if anything, like Dom's making quite a nice move. You don't want that pick to happen. So, you know, get out of the way of shimmy. And you never want the rules to be broken. Yeah, that's when I tell Zach to be on his toes. Okay, disc is checked in. Aaron's going up the line. That's cool. There's no flow still. It's still like throw, catch, wait, throw, catch, wait. You know, there's no clear way to keep flow going. You know, I mean, it still gets to 6 here. Yeah, potentially it's cut by Dom, it's hittable, but you know, Shimmy's playing good defenses. Shimmy's hips are facing basically where someone would have to, where Aaron would have to throw it. So that's good D. Maybe the cut could have come a bit earlier. Maybe someone else is cutting that we can't see. Chris shouldn't cut there, you think? But because he does, then Zach should be filling in. Yeah, I think Chris tries to communicate something as well. He points. But yeah, at this point, this space, Zach should be going over there. And if he did, then he'd be getting the disc right now. Yeah, that wouldn't be a fake. Well, oh, Zach is over there. You should see him popping in. There he is. But could have been a little bit quicker. And if he is free, then Will, you should try and get the disc to him. Like, don't just fake and then look somewhere else. Fake and then that's got Connor committing way over there, you know. So maybe you can throw down on this side of him. And Zach, maybe you can attack the space looking for that throw. Third handler should be moving the least. Yeah, depends how you want to play it, but third handler can be played quite static. Yeah, we're horizontal. If he commits, he might actually get a disc there. Just sees Dom's move. Oh no, okay, yeah, we're vertical. We are vertical. It's definitely beating his man with the jab step. Don't like how slowly Aaron walks back. Yeah, nobody likes watching Aaron walk. Just Yeah, but he also walks into the clogging area. Like he brings his defender into the perfect poaching position, which ensures that he's going to get the disc. But if we look for the open pass more, then we won't need to do that kind of stuff to get the disc in our hands. Yeah, so he's being like, if I get looked at, I'm going to be able to get free. I can make space myself by pushing him that way. But if I did this, I'd be on my toes, jogging, like sidestepping to the left with my left hand out. Yeah, like just letting Will know there's an option there. And if Will threw it, yeah, so if Aaron was over here and Will had seen because he's gesticulating, and if he threw it here, then he can use that separation to then attack up this side. But we're in this weird mindset, and I think playing Vert Stack puts us in this mindset of catch the disc, look for something, you know, 4 or 5 seconds, look for dump, pass, catch the disc, look for something, 4 or 5 seconds, look for dump. I don't think that plays to our strengths. You don't have to run all the time to be considered one of the greats. Should try and be disciplined and get into 45 degrees behind the thrower. Yeah. If he moved over to be 45 degrees, then when he get looked at, he'd have 2 options and be able to cut rather than getting it this way. But bailed out because of the fake. Okay. Yeah, if there's an around fake. Yeah, if there's an inside out fake, then you always look for the around. If there's an around fake, then potentially you change your angle to cut in for the inside before you clear. Don't just lump all your cutting. Don't lump all your cutting eggs into one basket. Like, don't be like, it's this cut or nothing kind of thing. Stay on your toes. Stay reacting to how the situation develops. Yeah. Okay. So Aaron's unfit at the moment because of the knee and stuff. Also, you're pushing off your wrong leg when you move back to get the disc. You do this a lot when changing direction. It's much slower. Yeah, you got 25 days, Aaron, to get fit for nationals. Yeah, so like he pushes off his left leg. Is it your left or your right knee that's bad? Can't remember. Yeah, it's interesting though. Pushing off the inside foot. So Jake's shouting from the sideline, where's the continuation? And it's a fair shout. As soon as this is in the air, then these Dom's actually be setting up your cuts. Zach's starting to move, so Dom's probably allowing him the space. Mental is very good at defense, but that's not really a cut. You know, put yourself in a position where you're either going to get the disc under, get it deep, or get it breakside. I think maybe Will looks away. Yeah, I think Will's looking at Dom. I assume he's playing good D as well. You got to remember, you were playing against good players, like with a lot of experience. You know, just the experience of Mental and Shimmy put together is loads, like over 30 years. And then you got GB Connor. Yeah, so I think Zach stops because Will's looking at Dom. But if Zach had started moving earlier, started cutting like much earlier, and it's a bit tricky because maybe he doesn't want to run into Dom. But yeah, if he started cutting earlier, then he'd get the attention of the thrower earlier, and would therefore be able to finish his cut, or make the end move of his cut one that would definitely be hittable. Oh dear. So the motion by Aaron, no, the motion by Dom is fairly like smooth. So you'd think if you're cutting and you're cutting for Dom, then you wouldn't change direction at this point. I think that must be what Will does. You know, you make a cut, you're committing to it now. You're seeing like if he's moving for the hammer space now, whilst Dom's looking, then he's not getting any signals to stop moving for it. So especially when the wind up starts, you gotta go through with that. But clearly he's changed direction just before. Yeah. Miscommunication. From a power position, there should always be a deep cut. Yep, sure. Never even thought about what leg to push off. All learning. Doesn't look back upfield. I look away. Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't look back upfield. Oh, it's Will Fred Seth. Hello. I look away because I see the cut is immediately covered. Okay. I want to try and move the disc quickly. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I don't like the hammer option so much, kinda maybe. This hammer is caught by the defender, so it wasn't the right option. If it hit the floor, you know, then maybe it was. There's a miscommunication in the end, but yeah, if the defender can catch it, then it's probably too close to the defender. Outside in flick, break side, Buzzblitz-esque. Much sicker. Yeah. So if you faked it and then thrown the flick across the field. What is Connor doing? Like when you're deciding whether to throw these throws, it's mostly about what the defender is doing. You can see Connor's shadow here, and he's moving. He is moving there. Like yeah, he's moving there quite fast, like already before the disc is out. So yeah, clock when you got the disc. This came up earlier. When you got the disc in your hands, clock the defenders, and try and move them out of the way. You know, if they're expecting a throw of yours, then fake it and do the thing they're not expecting. Yeah, it would have been contested. Yeah, felt like Connor had me covered. Yeah, hammer's not always 50-50. The bad hammer's 50-50. I suppose a hammer to someone that's covered is 50-50. That's what you're saying. I was committed. Yes. Yeah, for sure. And at the end of the day, it is a miscommunication. You know, cutters at some point have to decide to change direction. Throwers have to decide to throw or fake. And if those decisions just happen at the same time, then miscommunication happens. Yeah, Aaron? Oh. Okay, so are we tired? Is Will... I mean, Aaron said he's injured. Is Will tired? Is he disheartened? Yeah. If we wouldn't be playing like this at Nationals, this is valuable training. Well, we should be playing 100%. Someone said it's behind you. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't dwell on this point. Don't blame Will too. Yeah, we shouldn't be blaming. Like I say, you can figure out the causes, the root causes, and then try and fix them. Like, there's no point in just trying to assign blame. Dink. Okay. All right. So here's catching the pool, working from the back. Yeah, I mean that's good D from Zach. Just in terms of how much he's committing and stuff. I don't think Dom could gain much from faking to Chris because that's like kind of watching it. And I don't think he could gain much from throwing to Chris, you know, if that throw is on. You should probably take the open pass, but still, Dom's more in the middle of the field. So then this is fine, we just continue over to Aaron. What does Will say? They got used to running Chris and put on the disc. In position, so I guess we'll just have to build the connection. Know what throw Dom wants in those situations. Yeah, exactly. That's how you work out miscommunications. It's by experience, playing with each other. Jake is the best frisbee player in the universe. Okay. Banters. Let's just play this through, shall we? Did I say should have gone? What we're looking at here? Yeah, I mean that's quite a nice matchup. If you're able to get the throw out, it doesn't come. Move the disc nice and quick. Why doesn't that go to Charlie? Like that is ample separation, and that throw looks on. Looks like there's space. Is it Zach's foot? That throw should go. Otherwise, all of Charlie's work here is for nothing. Doesn't validate. You got to validate people's cuts. I suppose you validate it by faking, but ain't no reason not to throw it. I don't think. Okay, out of options. Are we doing 3-4 or vert here? Because if it's Mex, I don't think we're doing Mex yet. If it's Mex and these two just become the first back and the second back, and the others come under to this space here, but that space is left completely open. So, okay, Lewis comes under, it's marked out by Connor. That's one option gone. And then Chris makes his cut to the line, that's not on. Aaron makes his cut behind, and that's not on both ways. If the defenders will mark you out, the defenders will mark you out, you know. So Lewis is cut under there, he goes deep, and then he must keep working to then come over. And it's just an execution error. There's a lot more catches like that happen for upside down discs. A lot more one-handed catches for upside down discs. You shouldn't always clap catch. This one's quite high, but just be aware that there's a tendency to crab catch or try and crab catch overheads. Sometimes when it'd be more appropriate to do a crab catch. I'm not saying 100% this is one of those times because it's quite high, So when you're catching an overhead, like you want to catch like this edge, yeah, the edge that's on top of the disc at the beginning. It rotates around, so it's this far side around here. But you go in the middle and on the left side. Yeah, it's just a case of the we know that Aaron can play shutdown D when he's fit and on it, but that is not the case here because this man gets pretty much every other pass. I mean, the cross force inside out flick is not one to be predicted. Shimmy does a really nice cut there. But yeah, those movements. I mean, Connor times the movements well, but yeah. Does Charlie get caught on the wrong side? Yeah, he gets caught doing his hair. Yeah, Charlie's doing his hair. There we go. Yeah, and then he's lost position. Yeah. We know that Aaron can do that. Aaron, we know that you can do the shutdown D and the cuts to get free 100% of the time. But if you don't, if you don't start doing them at the training soon, then we're not going to be used to it. Perfect practice makes practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. And so if we're not doing exactly as we would in the game, then we're getting used to a situation. And we're getting used to behaviours that we won't see in the game either. Yeah, I was about to say that's just got to go. When you see Lewis do like this, yeah, gesticulates to get mental to commit, and you don't need to fake. I mean, and it is a fake, the gesticulation and the one step, and then turns off the outside foot. Yeah, that's a thrower's dream. And then you got the defender then coming under, and that's easily enough separation to be thrown. Boom. What is Will doing there? Yeah, throw needs to be much further. Let's skip this clip. Yeah, throw needs to be further. I don't know whether Charlie could look more involved or active. I can't see him. Definitely, if you're in this position and your guy starts poaching off, then put your hand out to show the thrower, because the thrower needs all that information. And if they see an offense with a hand out, they know that there's a defender that's like lingering off that guy doing something else. So then they can clock that defender, clock the defenders before you throw. Oh. Real peels off really early, so maybe Charlie can get the open side under after the fake. Yeah, exactly. If Jake fakes that, so it looks like Will was already kind of looking for it. If Jake fakes it, and then he'll be able to hit Charlie really quickly, and then hopefully Jake would go for the follow up, get the disc back, and then when they're trying to sort out who's marking Lewis, he'd be able to cut and score. Definitely something would come of it. Okay, are we still doing 3-4? Yeah, because we're surrounding the disc. Or maybe it's Bert.
I say 3-4. I mean 3-2. I guess like 3-3. 5. Can't remember. This gets a okay. Fake realistic lead to Charlie. Yeah, he's done good work here. He's cutting hard and he's free. Maybe, well, you know, for whatever reason you don't want to throw it, that's fine. But I put a realistic fake in because you can see mental. He's like, shall I commit? Shall I commit? And even at this point, he's like, I don't think that throw is going to come. And then when he realizes it's definitely not coming, then he can slow right the way down. And now Charlie has to run back and get around mental again. So mental's being efficient, but a proper fake, proper believable fake would stop mental from being able to save that energy. Or just throwing it to Charlie if you can get it off. Maybe stepping wider. I knew there was going to be a poach. Throw is meant to be to the back corner. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. You need to cut under, you can just get mega yards. Yeah. Something about Jake's throw. That meant I knew it was going. Okay. Just knowing his technique, maybe. It's probably quite a good thing to have for your teammate. Same with the give go that Shimmy got earlier. Oh, okay. So maybe Jake's got a tell in his technique. So maybe Jake practiced realistic faking as well. I would have thrown it to Charlie, but cold hands. Fair enough. What are you going to do about that? Get gloves? Hope the weather in April is better. Or maybe warm up differently. If you get wristbands, yeah, I don't recommend gloves, especially not this time of the season. But if you get like, yeah, you know those fluffy kind of wristbands, they warm your blood up because your blood is nearest to the surface on your wrist, so that keeps that warm, and then that can obviously then keep your hands warm. But yeah, if you're not going to throw it, then just realistic fake. Yeah, that step doesn't get enough commitment. It gets quite a lot of commitment from Shimmy, but not from mental. Turn around, initiate Aaron. Aaron makes little moves to try and shake. Is that Joe? Yeah, trying to shake Joe off. Gets into a little tussle. Oh, not quite, you know. And then yeah, Lewis has got good vision to just be able to see. So the minor point doesn't really matter, but I wouldn't step out here, and I would just face in field until you know that you can throw it, or you know you want to throw it or fake it. Maybe you're gonna throw it to Aaron and you step out, but then there's a delay, and then the throw happens. It's just a minor point. If the force reacted to the step, they could come over and then shut out both these options, and then we'd be in trouble. Execution error. What angle is Jake going at? Jake's kind of bending. Yeah, kind of bends that cut a little bit. I find that even just on this, just gesticulating, yeah, even just on a simple pass, just gesticulating where you want it, like gives the person the target to aim at, and can help. It's a tricky one to jump for. Can you miss times? You can jump off the right foot there, but like, yeah, it's not easy. What's the chat saying? Whether Nottingham, yeah. So it could easily be colder nationals. So good to think about things you can do to keep your hands warm. Joe's defense was good. Yeah, couldn't shake him off, but you didn't waste much space trying to get free. How do you get free from chest on defense without knocking the guy to the floor? Turn your back and fake him out. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Shoulder fakes, head fakes, get him moving. Let's see. They're just watching Joe's defense.
Yeah, and also taking what they give you as well. So you're in this kind of position and stuff. Thinking about running in this direction. Just so that then they have to. You're basically by them being that close, you're blocking off a lot of space. Yeah. Yeah, you're blocking off like all that space kind of thing. So if you make a cut over to this area over here, then he's going to be on your back. And then once he starts having to run in that direction, then you can turn and potentially get past him. Just one way to deal with it. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, so it goes to Chris, it goes to the middle to Jake, but then it goes over his head. Good form. What do I say? I said good form on the thing. I think it's a throw. I think Chris has started doing the power position a lot more. It makes me happy. Oh. Annoying. Like, good throw. Yeah. Like, it's impossible to do against that. You can try walking 3 steps upfield, so then you have the whole backfield to cut into. Yeah. Try moving back or spin moving, shoulder head fakes. Yeah. Jake be taller. Yeah, or I don't know, can you jump off your right leg? I imagine you can. But it's because you're having to turn at the same time. Oh, that was interesting. Just taking the open pass immediately. I like it. And now we've got flow. See, this is good. This is the kind of movement which I like. Like, even though we're not making yards, this position, the position that we're in there, is not as good as this kind of position here, where we're threatening to run up. The defenders are split. Okay, we're throwing right through the middle. This defender's having to come over and cover the break side now. Should Jake run to the left here? Yeah, I would. Yeah. Once that throw goes there, so this is narrow channel. Yeah, and that's the wide channel over there. So if you're behind the disc and you've got to get in front of it, go to the wide channel, and that means that all this space is going to be free. Because I think, yeah, without Connor there, then that throw could have gone. Yeah, I think he gets stuck there as well. Yeah, it's awkward, isn't it? Yeah, and this is narrow channel again. So as soon as that throws in the air, as soon as it's in the air, you want to be moving around this way. Okay. Around this way. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you don't know what to do. Just always go to the wide channel. Avoid the narrow channel. As soon as the throw goes, Lewis runs left. Yeah, exactly. Run to the left and push. If Dom's still there, then push. I'm thinking that's when we should go vert. Is when we pass the disc to the middle here, because super awkward. Yeah, like which is the wide channel for Dom? He's staying, keeping his distance and going around this way. Lewis having to push all the way through. But he doesn't really want to clog up there, so he's making a cut back. I think if the disc goes to the middle, this distance from the end zone here, it should just be stack, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4, get in the stack. Yeah, all these cut towards the middle of the end zone.
And if they're free, then carry on going to a corner. But then if they're not free, they're going to be in the stack, and then you can initiate Dom with the ego play. Yeah, so hang on, Jake was going for a lefty dish on that one or this one? Yeah, okay. So at this moment, yeah, Lewis, you could actually just hand it off to Jake there, and that'd be good. You catch it and then you turn and you ignore Jake and look over there. But actually, that is definitely on. That's an open pass. Jake, can maybe communicate that. Yeah, get your hands ready. So just, you know, you do that. It's literally like, oh, okay, and then Lewis can just like, you know, this is the basket. You know, you just like put it in here. Makes it a lot easier to execute when you've got a player making that target for you. Okay, so it goes to Chris in the middle. Yeah, I think in future, when we get this here, immediately try and stack and then go ego. Okay, that's cool. Chris was directing Lewis to go back a bit, which is true in this situation. Like, if we're doing hex, I want to be level. Gives lots of space to the downfield. Here's another similar to when Lewis caught it earlier and didn't see Jake. Aaron should see Chris here. Yeah, he's facing this way. It should be here. Yeah, you don't need to turn around so much. Like, it's what you see all the time in American Ultimate. Is they catch and then they'll turn and look at the end zone, and then they'll throw somewhere, and then the next person will catch and they'll turn and look at the end zone. But we try and take the open pass. Yeah, if we're not from static, we take the open pass, and the open pass is directly in front here. You don't if you turn and look, you don't know what's going on in the end zone. Yeah, you don't know what's happening in this space. Yeah, that's the right space. Yeah, you don't know what's happening over there, but you do know, because you've been cutting in this direction, you do know what's happening over here. So after you catch, just look in there, and then there's Chris. Oh god, that looks horrible with the stuff on it. I'll remember not to do that again. Okay. Okay, you've gone vert now, I think. Have you? Nah, that fake. The fake should be purposeful. This fake doesn't achieve anything. It should come earlier. Maybe that's why you do it, is because you realise that it should come earlier. So it's good to expect late than never. I like this. I like Dom. He waits, and then when Shimmy starts coming in to commit, then he runs like that. And Chris, this is the kind of move that I want to see you doing more of. Yeah, you're ready in a power position, and then when you throw to someone that's like, you know, not a yard gainer, they're just next to you, you're throwing aggressively to then move with the disc into a potential scoring position, or, you know, wherever. But you're making making an aggressive move. Like, it's quite classic for a handler. You got the disc, you're looking downfield, there's not much going on, you know, Lewis is kind of half free over there, gesticulating, but it was like, Jake starts cutting, but then if you see that there's space that you can use, then throwing to the open pass and attacking that space is good. Zach sees it very early, should potentially call switch with Shimmy. At this point here, that's when you want to be very similar to the beginning of the stream. This is when you want to be trying to throw it to Dom. Yeah, so like stepping out slow, winding up as if you're just going to like place it into the right place in the end zone. Okay, and if you do that, then Shimmy and Zach are committing. But as it is, Shimmy's already reached his maximum level of committing, and he's just slowing down from here on. Zach's able to close up pretty quick. And then Dom's pulled out of the cut before the fake happens. Yeah, so the fake doesn't get any defender moving. All that fake might do is to get the others cutting, but Jake's already made that move. So yeah, catch, step, fake there or throw there. Second too late. After that fake, just immediately hit Jake. Yeah, like use the momentum of the fake to pivot over and throw to Jake. Don't wait for something else to develop. If there's an open pass, take the open pass. Don't wait for it. So Chris does change direction here. Yeah. So there's no need to fake. There's no need to fake. If you put your hand out like that, just go in one direction and get it. But you take a step to almost like throw Zach further back, but Zach's back far enough anyway. Shouldn't look like Dom when I paused it for ATP. If Chris even fakes that throw to Dom, he buys himself so much time from the mark. Yes, exactly, yeah. Yeah, if you fake that throw, the mark's miles away off. And then what Dom did earlier was he faked that throw and then he give goad to the other side. You can use that space however you want once you've faked your mark off. Throw flicked off badly. Yeah, okay, just came off your hand wrong. That can happen when if you have to change your decision on your throw at the end of it. Aaron had an issue with this. Don't think Chris needs to move at all. Yeah, potentially Chris doesn't even need to move. It's just like that. Like, potentially he doesn't even need to take those 2 steps downfield. Yeah, he's already free there. So, but it's ego. Yeah, it's just a bit too much movement. Jet's cut out of the stack is nice, but seems so unnecessary. I'm already there as a reset, and he runs out. He screams at me to get into the stack, but he's already reset. But Aaron's already reset. It cuts into Aaron's space, stopping and being able to cut in for the rest, reset, and then look into the stack. Both of us had a miscommunication because we both looked at each other. I should have thrown it quicker. Okay, yeah. So let's have a look at this cut that Aaron's talking about. Is it this one? I don't know. Watching Jake, he's just kind of taking what he's given, and he can see the space. So like he's got that separation there, so the space he wants to go over here. And yeah, I think you're wide enough. You're wide enough, Aaron, that it's okay for him to go in there. I don't know whether the communication has already happened at that point. But Jake's so free over there, and it's good to carry that on, I think. Aaron's the reset. Yeah, I mean doesn't Joe close up as well? Yeah, just there, Joe closes up a bit. Right, Aaron was thinking of cutting into that space. Yeah, I know. I don't think you can really criticize Jake for. I mean, he pulls out of his cut nice and early here. Yeah, he's making his cut. He sees that the disc hasn't come, and he immediately stops and changes direction. Yeah, this is the thing I was trying to say to Zach earlier. Don't just put head down and clear out, but stay active, stay connected. And Dom's just come from this space, so it makes sense that Jake then goes into that space. And I think Aaron, you just gotta book it into the stack at that point. I think it's because Aaron looks so disconnected. It's basically ego. I'm wide because Dom is there at the first handler back. Should be ego. But only Dom at the back because everyone else is in the stack. Yeah, only one person at the back. Dom goes up. Jake's essentially coming from the front of the stack. So the kind of third handler, it's kind of a third handler position, which doesn't exist in Ego, right? If it is Ego here, then maybe when this pass goes and Chris is coming back, maybe at that point actually Aaron should be going to the front of the stack, because you've got these two that just pass it to each other. So it makes sense that they should carry on trying to pass it to each other and make a score. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe you should go into stack a bit earlier, Aaron. But I think when with Dom clearing up the line, Jake coming out the front of the stack, I think that's the classic Ego that we know works. So I like that. You just assumed it was Vert. Even in Vert should be 2 back, also true. Dom and Chris don't really look like they're looking for Ego. Static. Dom's looking for it there. Maybe it's because Dom catches it and then looks downfield and looks for something rather than taking the open pass. He's considering throwing to Lewis. And there's not that much of a delay before he then does throw to Chris. And he picks his moment for when Shimmy is closing up. Although if he had done it earlier, if he had done it when Shimmy was going across to Aaron, yeah, if he'd give go there, and actually Shimmy's going that way, Dom will be going this way. Yeah, can you see this, Chris? The synchronization just out of sync. If you called sooner, I don't think it would have cut. So both options be an hour fine. Yeah, cool. We've built on this long enough. Great camera work. Jake clearly went to help out Dom. It's a lefty hammer. Yeah. There's not really many people that would throw that that shape, you know, coming down on that side of the field, upside down. So it's a nice cut. It's mental to Joe Butler, you know, like they're gonna put their offense in even if you guys play well in a lot of situations. Lewis thinks he could have helped on the hammer. Where was he? Yeah. He would have had to have. I guess as soon as Connor makes that pass, yeah, maybe you can maybe as soon as that pass goes, you can poach off. In fact, a lot of teams you'll play against won't take the open pass, and they will catch and then look at the end zone for the first 4 seconds. So when they catch, then yeah, flash poach. Yeah, so leave your guy, go further downfield, especially because this whole side of the end zone is free. Then yeah, as soon as that disc goes over here, your guy, the immediate crossfield back, like yard losing dump is not going to come. So if you've got extra energy, then as soon as that pass goes, go to cover the far end zone, because it's very hard for a thrower to see that you're coming in, and there, yeah, you could potentially get the D. Watch the video that I did called Flash Poach by Japan. It shows how when America are working it down the field, the Japanese players will leave their men sprint just to get in front of the disc, because they know the American players are going to be looking there. And then as the stall gets a little bit higher, then they tighten back up. So they're recognizing what the tendency is for America's offense, and then they're trying to counter it by overloading their defenders in that area. Yeah, Flash Poach from Japan. I think the video is called. Yeah, Aaron's D was completely good, completely cutting out the more dangerous options. Yeah, like I say, can't really criticize that. It's good. It's good defense. Just it's the lefty hammer to the far side. I'm not watching. Hang on. It's kind of the same. I got ruined by Raf earlier. I just gave up. This time you committed to the D, stop the open side, and then got hammered to the break side. Yeah. I mean, defense is a struggle, man. The struggle is real on defense. Not a mistake. The one earlier was. Yeah. You stop the open side under and D. There's not much else you can expect to do as long as you're close as you can be. Yep, cool. I think we're on the same page now. Okay, so I like the fact that we're taking the open passes at the back. I feel like this space shouldn't be here. This huge space. I feel like there should be the downfield should be nearer and should be on their toes, ready to make moves at the right time. But it feels like they're maybe they're running around a bit much, and potentially we could be more dynamic with our handlers as well. So Jake throws, maybe, yeah. So when it goes far side there, I quite like the second back pushing up. Okay, so if the disc goes across here, then second back can maybe start pushing up, but you need players like Charlie to come back into that position. Yeah, so it goes up, and then Charlie should be continuing through because he's free that way, and Jake should have been gone up here. You'll find that if that pass goes over there, if another one goes, yeah, if the pass goes down the line, if the disc goes down the line, then actually the second back player is the one that should be scoring in the front corner of the end zone and over this side. Like, basically the way the hex rotates means that you go you have to hit that front corner. Really, it's a long sprinted cut. But yeah, if we were more dynamic with these handlers moving through, then I think we could open up more options. We're a bit flat at the back, a little bit flat. That's nice. It's nice work from Zach. This is what I'm saying about having downfield who are close enough, connected to the disc enough that they can react to what's going on and get the disc in their hands very quickly. So Dom goes through, which is great. We love that. And then Zach's immediately there and he's gesticulating with his hands ready for the disc. Nice. Charlie connected. I'm in the cut well. But there's traffic there. And a nice box out by Dom. Yeah, he takes that step in. That step there. So then Connor has to... Well, Connor can't do anything. I thought he'd overdone it for a second. But he reads it well. He's able to go and collect. Nice. Yeah, nice throw, Zach. Right, we are almost at the end of the footage. Yeah, just 3 more points, or 3 more clips. I've got defense going down here. Is there anything wrong with the throw? I liked that the throw went to the side that he was running on. Yeah, so he's going straight deep from here. Then the throw should
curl over to the left as it does. Obviously it could be a bit further. And if it was released earlier, then it wouldn't have to have angle on it. Yeah, it takes a while to come out. I can't see what you're doing, but if you see the catch, assuming that you don't have to do anything, like assuming you don't have to wait, then technique should be there for you to catch, power position, see it, step out and throw. So it should be like catch, turn, see it, step out, throw. And it's like an extra half second. But yeah, it's a nice throw. Right, defense comes down. What defense is this? Nice. I'll just do this replay. Boom. Nice. Lay out D on Joe Butler. Is that Joe Butler? Okay. See Jake pointing. Yeah, two end up going deep. So Will ends up helping out deep. I don't know what defense it is, so it's hard to kind of say. 2-3-1 flex zone. You need to be closer to people if it's flex. Yeah, like this double coverage. Yeah. So yeah, I mean this needs to be closer. So then it's obvious who you're on. Because he gets away from you, and you point, yeah, for Charlie to go over. But what's happened is Jake's pointed as well for Charlie to go over. And if you don't stay close to people, then it's not obvious. Like, yeah, it sends false positives and stuff. So it's hard for. I mean, even Charlie's not near anybody, so that's why Will points to be like, yeah, you can take him. So you got to tighten up, because then your teammates know whether you can switch, and if you're going to switch, whether they can take the person you're marking. Aaron and Zach had quite a lot of miscommunication as handler forces while playing this D. Yeah, miscommunication is usually means you just need to practice a bit more. I don't think we've played that much of this zone. Sorry, I'm going backwards and forwards a bit. Yeah, I can't see the miscommunications. Okay, Jake goes to get the disc. There it is. Says he hates that. And okay, the throw is outside in, it curves towards Dom. Goes between disc and defender. Yeah, I mean, well, the deep throw should go a bit outside in towards the back corner. Yeah. Okay, so the defense here switch. Yeah, we've got Will going deep, and Lewis here switches, and Joe goes and takes the deep. So it's a good switch by the D. And Charlie, I think maybe you can react to that switch. So when Lewis stays with you and goes over there, maybe at this point you can actually attack this space. Okay. But I think maybe Jake has looked at Dom already. Dom does the legwork to get free. Right, over to Will. Let's have a look. Not good camera work. Yeah, he's free. Just in loads of space. So I'm shouting for the disc to go to Aaron at this point. Let's see, it goes to Dom, goes to Aaron, back to Dom, very nice. I think as soon as you've got these two defenders on you here, yeah, then maybe throw back to Aaron and come across. But you've obviously seen, I guess, Will on the far side. Oh wait, maybe you haven't seen Will. Maybe this is a hammer to Charlie. But yeah, Joe gets a touch on it, and Charlie catches the juggle, I think. Yeah, I mean, if the shot's on, you take the shot. If not, could have worked with Aaron. What's Jake doing? When you come down on the stew. Is there another guy over here? I don't know. Look at this bit again. It's a nice throw, but if you're doing flex, there's no way that anyone should be in that amount of space. You know, that means that there's some miscommunication happens along the way. If someone is free, if someone is in space, then you should be communicating. You know, it shouldn't be silent. If there's people in space, then there should be shouting and stuff going on. But with my audio, I can say that that's not happening. There's no sense of urgency on the field. You gotta get those triggers. You know, defense. If two players are near to each other, that triggers you to sandwich. Or defense, if you're playing more zony type of flex, then you see someone free, you gotta communicate. Yeah, you gotta pull people towards them or push people towards them, get them marked up. Here, you're giving Will a reset, but Zach runs through, cutting me off and stopping me with the easy reset, which is just the case of clearing wide. It's not clearing wide necessarily, it's clearing in the wide channel. Yeah, so going close to the disc isn't even that bad, as long as you're on the wide side. Okay, you're giving Will a reset. Are you talking about the previous offense point there, Jake? You might be. I'll try and find it very quickly, but we've got to wrap up this stream in a second. Okay, you said you're giving Will the reset. So there's Will. Okay. Oh yeah, and Zach comes across. Okay, so where should Zach move? So Zach, okay, sorry, Zach is over here. The disc goes over there. Yeah, so Zach wants to be aiming for this space here. Like really coming over into like a first back position. But he's aiming for downfield, I think. You know, which most players do. You know, aim for in front of the disc, downfield towards the middle of the field. But in Hex, you aim for the space. You aim for the center of the space, and then see where you go after that. Or you aim for the positions. You know, like the first back, the second back positions. Don't just run head down through areas to get to the downfield space. In fact, too many people are downfield generally, and we should be looking to head towards the backfield space a bit more. Okay, last point. No, well, yeah, this was our D. And mental scored. Okay, and now we're getting to the last point. Well, you don't need to go through. You don't need to go through. You know, the disc is on the side, so we've got the first back, we've got the second back.
we've got Hat, and we've got the far wing. None of those positions are in front of the disc. So don't aim for in front of the disc if people are in front of the disc already. Aim for second bag, aim for first bag, aim for Hat, aim for far wing. Whichever space is appropriate at the time. Amazing how much better we look on the videos than we did in the game. Morale's dropped. Yeah, we were definitely lacking something in the mental game at this match. Whether you need, team talk before to get everyone on the same page and caring about it. Oh god, I thought he was going to throw Zach then. Something needed to happen to get the mental game, because I don't think you're putting in your full effort, and you're still doing all right against good opposition. That's strange he doesn't throw to Zach. I like the momentum of Zach as well, because Zach's momentum is going towards the center of the field, towards the space, whereas Charlie's is going kind of into the not Charlie, but Will's is going behind the force into the kind of defended area, whereas if Zach got it, then he could pass the disc off over to this side. Yeah, you're playing well. It's just, there's been a lot of talk of miscommunication. When you have turnovers due to miscommunication, that doesn't mean you're not playing well. Look at these fakes. Yeah, maybe again slow faking would help, because if you're winding up for this and you're allowing Jake time to cut harder and further over to here, then perhaps it'll open up more space for the hammer and it'll be a shorter throw. But because the fake happens early, Jake has to react and go the far side, and then already he's too far away. Then the fake happens again. You stepped over to backhand. So you pivoted before deciding to throw a fake. I like to stay in power position and then only pivot when I'm going to throw a fake. Oof, just over shimmy. Cool, yeah, Aaron's offering a dump, but it's pretty well marked out by Chris. So you find the open pass, that's cool. There's definitely like a synchronization thing. Yeah. Hang on. Got to the whole shape for 3 or 4 seconds. Oh, you guys are chatting quite a lot. Hang on. Pass by Charlie confused me mental. Yeah. Presume that Aaron's injury and Dom's importance has handled them, made me think it was better for me to be true. It's better not to be controlled by those things so strongly. There's many positions near the disc, and also maintaining shape above sticking to rolls. Like Hex offense is all about kind of spreading the load equally and not demanding specific things from specific people. Yeah, take any position on the field, exactly, because we're all good enough to go in any position. Cool, right, see you, Dom. Make sure you take that selfie. We're just on the last point. So yeah, synchronization we will. Yeah. Just we end up a bit. I think. Yeah, Lewis is doing good deal on Charlie, so Charlie's not able to really get into space. Oof. Oh, that's nice. It looks like he stepped out to throw it to the dump and then just. Yeah, definitely looking at the dump. And then just. That's very nice. Oop. Oh, it looked like Will was on. Zach thinks he was on as well. Yeah, Joe is doing a good job on force. That might be stopping that immediate throw in the middle. But maybe Dom's actually using Zach as bait to get Shimmy in. Yeah. I mean, Zach does end up right next to Shimmy. Clapping. So maybe that's what Dom saw. Used it as bait and then popped the scuba over the top. Nice. For the goal. And that is game. Yeah, Wolves hammer fakes are pretty satisfying. If Margot and Robbie are doing hammer fakes, I'll find them hot. Cool. Okay. Any final thoughts about the game? I think we went through a lot of stuff. Hopefully, you found it interesting. Hopefully, there's a lot of stuff you can take away from it to improve in your games. I think we're playing well. We've got like another 12, 15 hours of training or so to get to the level we want to get to for nationals. That's just 15 hours of training together. You've got all the training you're doing individually. Yeah, I'm amazed that it took 2.5 hours. I was thinking it'd be like an hour because it's only 15 minutes footage. But it's a good time, right? Because I didn't really get bored. Hopefully you guys found it interesting as well. If you did like this content, then give it a thumbs up. Can you give thumbs up on unlisted? Probably. But subscribe to the channel. Make that green bar go up from 4 up more. Play that Rick and Morty gif. I've just watched 2 hours of Frisbee and done 0 work in the library, so I must have done a good job. Yeah, cool. Good to hear, I guess. Don't fail your degree though. That's the priority. Sweet. Surprising how much positive came out. What seemed like a really negative game. Yeah, again, that could indicate a mentality thing as well. Like, we've got very high standards for ourselves and each other, and so that means when stuff doesn't quite click, then we probably think it's going a lot worse than it actually is. Having high standards is good, but staying positive is like more important. So yeah, try and be constructive and positive all the time, and that it'll lead to better things. Yeah, being nice to each other. Oh dear, that's not a good reaction, Aaron. Okay. Yeah, stay positive. No, I learned that lesson the hard way when we lost Tom and Waggle when they were captain of City, and then everyone just kind of turned on each other and started criticising and blaming each other. And it's amazing how much of a difference it makes. So yeah, just don't have any blame. Don't like culture in the team. You can even if you're thinking negative thoughts, then be mindful that you're having those negative thoughts, and just be super conscious of what you let out of your mouth and what you let influence other people. Yeah, the influence, the impact that you have on your teammates is something that you can control if you're mindful of your negative feelings and your positive feelings, and you try and channel and express your positive emotions and try and translate your negative ones before they come out of your mouth, and before you communicate them to your teammates. Always try and communicate in a positive way. The very the very small differences of just a particular word or phrasing can actually make a big impact on your teammates. Yeah, keep it positive, guys. All right, sweet. This was good. I might well record more. Especially if we have someone that's injured or someone that kind of wants to record. We could potentially train at Wild Park and then get some elevation. And I'll sort out my drawing on the pitch so that I'll be able to circle people properly and stuff. Shame Dom isn't here for the positivity talk. This video will go up online afterwards. Maybe tomorrow. So you can just link to him. Say you missed the last 5 minutes. You can watch that. I think Will's going to watch it later as well. Cool. I'm gonna. Oh, do I have an exit stream? Please, Ultimate. Do you have the link for live stream number 1? I'll put it on the WhatsApp. I will need to find it. Maybe I can find it now. Yeah. Any last questions or anything? Drop them now in the chat. Once I get this live stream video, then I'll close down the stream. Test there we go. Mohawks live stream 1. Copy link. Let me just try and paste it in the chat. Am I allowed to paste links? Oh, that's an editing link. I'm going to delete that message. Live stream. Don't edit it, just watch it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I got it. Message retracted. There you go. There's the link to the first live stream, which is just me talking about upline cuts in Hex. No, not upline cuts in Hex. Set plays from the sideline from Hex. I think the second back can get free very quickly or very easily. The second, no. What am I saying? The first back, when the disc is on the sideline, is almost always free for a backwards pass. And if that's something we can get used to just taking and developing a play from that backwards pass, then I think we could work it off the line consistently and get flow initiated very quickly. Alright guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Email me the selfies of you watching. Please do. I know not everyone's going to do it, but please be one of the people that does do it. Just take a photo of you with the screen in the background. And yeah, I will let you know when I'm doing the next stream. Suggest to me footage that you want me to review. Okay, Mohawks footage either from last year or whatever, and I'll try and maybe record some of the trainings we have in the next month. What was it, 25 days to go? 24 days to go, maybe even 23. Cool. Cheers for tuning in, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.